This is Abby Ward with the first half of your evening news here on KCIM. Authorities have released additional information from a single vehicle accident this morning that killed 2 people. According to the Iowa State Patrol report, the crash occurred at approximately 7:57 a.m. several miles north of Carroll on U.S. Highway 71 near the intersection of 150th Street. Officials say 41-year-old Joshua Shelton of Carroll was traveling southbound on the highway in a 2005 Ford F-150 and was passing another southbound vehicle. Shelton lost control of the pickup when returning to the southbound lane and entered the west ditch, coming to a rest after striking a Mid-American Energy pole. Shelton and his daughter Aubrey, who is a 9th grade student at Carroll High School, both sustained fatal injuries in the crash. The Carroll County Sheriff's Office and Carroll County Emergency Medical Services assisted the Iowa State Patrol at the scene. School officials are working in concert with staff from the Heartland AEA to provide grief counselors to students and staff. A GoFundMe account has been established to assist the Shelton family, and a link to that donation page is included with the story on our website. A Carroll man convicted last month for stabbing a Carroll bar owner multiple times in the head and neck has filed a motion requesting a new trial. 42-year-old John Michael Hansen was found guilty of willful injury causing serious injury, a Class C felony, on December 18th following a bench trial held in November. The judge found Hansen guilty of stabbing Ben Bading 4 times in the early morning hours of August 27th outside Kirp's Tavern in the 200 block of East 5th Street. Bading was airlifted to a Des Moines hospital with life-threatening injuries after the assault. He has since made a near-full recovery but was left with permanent scarring from the attack. According to Hansen's motion, he is seeking a new trial on the grounds the court did not adequately consider his testimony due to its apparent self-serving nature, alleged inconsistencies with witness testimonies, and a failure by the court to satisfy elements of specific intent due to intoxication as required by law. The motion was filed today, and the court has yet to rule on it. Hansen's sentencing hearing is scheduled for January 29th. He faces up to 10 years in prison and $10,000 in fines. Today, Iowa Attorney General Brenna Bird testified in a subcommittee with the Iowa House of Representatives, urging to raise penalties for assaults against law enforcement and first responders. The Iowa Attorney General's Office Bill HSB 523 was passed out of the subcommittee and will now be submitted to the calendar to be debated on the chamber floor. The bill will raise the current charge from a Class C felony to a Class D felony when the assault involves a dangerous weapon or if intended to inflict serious injury. It would also raise penalties for other assaults on law enforcement and first responders from a serious misdemeanor to an aggravated misdemeanor and set a minimum sentence of 7 days in jail. The bill will also add a penalty to individuals who spit on law enforcement, first responders, or Department of Corrections staff to receive a minimum of 7 days in a county jail. Bird says, "Our law enforcement and public safety heroes work a tough job to keep us safe. As a prosecutor, I back the blue 100% and have made it a top priority to protect our law enforcement officers like they protect us. We are sending the message loud and clear that assaults on our officers will not be tolerated. Thank you to the subcommittee for passing our bill. With this law, we will ensure our heroes get the respect they so greatly deserve." Upper Des Moines Opportunity Incorporated is conducting a survey beginning this week to gauge and address homelessness in northwestern Iowa. The organization will conduct a point-in-time homelessness account starting on Wednesday, January 4th. The initiative aims to measure the extent of homelessness in the community and provide necessary support to those affected by it. Individuals experiencing homelessness or anyone aware of such situations are asked to contact UDMO at 515-269-7105. A short survey will be conducted to gather information about the homelessness situation. The UDMO housing program assists homeless individuals, providing resources such as rental deposits and short-term rental payments to break down barriers and support individuals on their path to self-sufficiency. Homelessness can take various forms in rural areas, including living in cars, campgrounds, garages, and more. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development mandates the point-in-time count annually. Beginning January 24th, staff will travel through communities identifying individuals who appear homeless. The data collected influences Iowa's funding allocations from HUD. To be included, individuals must meet the literal homelessness definition, having slept in a place not meant for human habitation on the night of January 24th. For more information, visit the UDMO housing program site included with the story at www.carrollbroadcasting.com. And that has been the first half of your evening news here on KCIM. We'll be back for more after these messages.
It's 2024, and the remaining 2023 F-150s at Champion Ford need to go. Get 1.9% financing on a new 2023 F-150. You heard that right, 1.9%. And that's not just a short-term loan, that's 72 months. And get up to $6,000 off.
Are you kidding me?
I kid you not. 1.9% for 72 months and up to $6,000 off.
Now that's a hot deal.
Get a new truck, low interest, and free oil changes for life. Only at Carroll's Ford dealer in Champion Ford, where everybody wins.
Stewart Memorial Community Hospital and McCrary Rose Clinics are proud to announce the growth of their orthopedic services. You can now schedule a consultation with Dr. Elijah Miller and nurse practitioner Lacey Crimmins every Thursday in Lake City. Joint replacement, fracture care, and sports medicine, close to home. When you need orthopedics, choose excellence. Choose Stewart Memorial. Call 464-7907 today.
This is Abby Ward with the second half of your evening news here on KCIM. But before we get into that, let's take a look at a quick weather forecast and some weather facts. So tonight we're looking at patchy fog, otherwise cloudy with a low around 29. Tuesday there is a slight chance of rain, snow, and freezing rain before 2 p.m. and then more chance of a rain or freezing rain between 2 and 3 p.m. Chance of precipitation is at 20%, otherwise patchy fog, cloudy with a high near 33. Tuesday night, cloudy with a low around 30. Wednesday, a 50% chance of rain, mostly cloudy with a high near 35, less than a tenth of an inch possible. Wednesday night, rain likely mainly after midnight. Chance of rain is at 60%, cloudy with a low around 31. New precipitations amounts of less than a tenth of an inch possible. And some weather facts for you. Yesterday's high was 26 degrees set at 6 a.m., while yesterday's low was 4 degrees set at 7 a.m. We got sunrise tomorrow will be at 7:41 a.m. and record high was set back in 2002 with 55 degrees, while record low was negative 16 set in 1954. Now let's take a look at your evening news. 14 Carroll and Kemper Catholic large group speech teams have advanced to state after receiving top scores on their performances over the weekend. CHS sent 11 teams and KHS sent 9 teams to the Denison-Schleswig High School on Saturday to compete in districts. 8 of the 11 CHS teams earned a 1 rating to move 1 group on in musical theater, 4 in ensemble acting, and 3 in group improvisation. Of the 9 KHS teams, 6 advanced in solo mime, group improv, musical theater, and 2 groups in ensemble acting. These teams will travel to Spencer on Saturday, February 3rd for the State Iowa High School Speech Association contest. A complete list of the competitors and their ratings are included with the story on our website. Iowa Governor and Attorney General say nothing is more important than the pro-life cause. Governor Kim Reynolds signed bills in 2018 and again last summer to ban nearly all abortions after the 6th week of pregnancy. But the Iowa Supreme Court is reviewing the legal challenge to the law, which would ban nearly all abortions in Iowa.
I will never back down from protecting the innocent and unborn.
Reynolds addressed the crowd gathering in the Capitol Rotunda today for the annual Iowa Rally for Life.
Go out there and continue to fight for the unborn. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for being here. And thank you for never, ever, ever backing down. God bless you.
Iowa Attorney General Brenna Bird says all life has value and must be protected.
We know that we're going to be successful. We just have to keep on working and never give up. We're never going to give up when it comes to doing the right thing.
Byrd says all the legal briefs from supporters and opponents of Iowa's fetal heartbeat law are due to be filed to the Iowa Supreme Court by the end of this month, and a ruling is likely by the end of June. Republican Representative Shannon Lundgren of Peosta guided the policy through the Iowa House in 2018 and again in 2023.
We've made a difference. And never in my lifetime as a legislator did I think that we would ever see Roe v. Wade overturned, but we have. And what a joyous day that was. So we're going to continue to move the needle and do what we can to defend lives and support the moms who have tough decisions to make.
For example, Republican lawmakers are considering a bill that would ban city ordinances that prevent organizations from operating homes for pregnant women in residential neighborhoods. Forecasters say tomorrow morning's commute could be a mess as the mix of rain, snow, and ice is expected tonight across much of eastern and central Iowa. A winter weather advisory is posted for cities including Ames, Waterloo, and Dubuque, and all points south. AAA Iowa spokesman Brian Ottner says the 3 snowstorms that hit Iowa in the past 2 weeks dumped more than 2 feet of snow in many places, which created serious challenges.
The folks who work for AAA who are out there responding to, numbers calls for roadside service and stuff, they were busy, but the good thing is that people adhered to staying home, which was good. It freed up the roadways for them to do their work, and it freed up the roadways for the road crews to get their work done as well.
Some Iowans are still trying to navigate with a deep pile of snow on the hood or roof of their vehicle, which Ortner says can pose a dangerous hazards for themselves and others.
Take time to remove the snow from your entire car. If you're out driving around, you want to do that so it doesn't blow onto your windshield or the windshield of other drivers. And make sure your mirrors and lights are clean, because that's going to help other drivers see you, and having your windows clean will make sure that you have full vision of what's going on around you when you hit the road.
Also, slow down. Ortner says posted speed limits are only for ideal conditions, and Iowa's road conditions haven't been ideal in quite a while. 21st Century Rehab at the Greene County Medical Center is holding its annual free exam this week. No doctor's referrals is needed to schedule a free 30-minute exam with a doctor of physical therapy or occupational therapist to look at different health issues, talk about the cause of the pain or illness, and to get the patient on the road to recovery. A 21st Century Rehab specialist will look at conditions causing pain throughout the body and assist patients who experience vertigo and chronic pain. Clinical Director Deb Morton says she likes to use the analogy of automobiles. Just as we schedule and adhere to routine maintenance to avoid major issues with our cars, we should be doing the same with our bodies. It is much easier to deal with problems that arise in the earlier stages before that system causes even more problems in others. To schedule an appointment, call 515-386-4284. Scan the QR code included with the story on our website or visit www.21stcenturyrehab.com/free-exams. And that has been a look at your evening news here on KCIM. This has been Abby Ward reporting.